flash written on me. Card rubbing on a glass bowl, I've been balling. Free my ladies and
LoudFx analysis and review from our percentage 1. Now, if you remember from the previous video, our analysis review percentage 1, where I gave analysis on AUD/USD, EUR/USD, USD CAD along with gold. I gave my bias on these pairs and the potential targets. Now, just looking at the AUD/USD, the initial target for AUD/USD from this analysis review percentage 1, it was potentially the green target furthering up to the purple zone around, if I see that closer, it looks like 6.6. Now, looking at AUD/USD now, we have currently met the first target of the green zone. Currently the price action is still going strong, the momentum of it still looks strong. There is a potential of a reversal sometime soon, it does look like. However, I am still in the bias that the price will eventually come back to 0.66, 0.65. Looking at EUR/USD, I did target this area with the second potential of this area. We have currently just come out of this double bottom support zone. We breached the resistance area of the double support, currently just breached the trend line, perhaps a small retest and come further up to the upside. Looking at USD CAD, if you remember USD CAD, I should have seen this more clear. The buy zone would have been the sell zone. However, I did miss this, but you know, you learn as you go along. The price did drop, coming down back to the support. Now it's just a further potential. We're coming down, perhaps coming down. If the AUD/USD is to continue upside to the upside, then USD CAD should follow on the contrary of AUD/USD. Gold, we've come out, we're going to the, it seems like it will go to the trend line, just to 1780 perhaps, 1800 perhaps, sorry, fulfilling this zone, or perhaps even just touching the trend line and falling. However, the strong momentum of this, I believe it will go to the further upside. We have seen a little, could be a further support just if we move this up, so it could potentially drop, but I'm still in the bias of this trend line being met. I just asked a few fellows of mine to see what what pairs to focus on. So today's focus would be on BTCUSD and UK 100. Now let's look at BTCUSD. I just want to get rid of all the analysis that I have done already, and we just start from brand new. I do just want to put out there that watching the previous video, there was a lot of echo with the mic. I am going to order a new mic, and hopefully for the future videos there will be a better audio. Looking at the monthly, not much to see on the monthly. However, we'll just put a support trend line just here, just to keep us on the bias. I do like to add a cheating line just to make sure, but however, we'll just get rid of that for the meantime and just focus on simplicity. Now, making your trend lines, you can adjust them, make it more neater. That's what I do like to do, make it neater. However, the market does like to do what it likes to do, so perfection doesn't really matter all the time, as long as you have the overall trend, the overall bias, you have your key zones identified. What we can see here right now is, let's just put along our support and resistance areas. We have a support that's once became resistance, now support. We've managed to, let me just put another support right here. We've just managed to come to the zones of 4,000 area region. Let me just see what else we can come along with. We could consider this a correction, although the price did not breach the previous test of, near enough to 20,000. But I do believe this is some sort of correction, and upside momentum should be fulfilled soon. What I would like to point out is another support or resistance, a resistance in this particular area right here. As we can see, the price ranged, stayed in the box, came, breached it. We have seen some sort of wick fishing around this sort of region, so this area just indicates to me that it is a potential, ranging or a high sensitivity zone. We do also have 1, 2, 3 rejections on the weekly. Let's zoom in, look at the 4-hourly time. So the price is currently on an upwards trend. If we was to put it from here, if we was to put a cheating line from here as well, we can see that the price is respecting the trend line perfectly. If we was to do this as well, we can see that it's an ascending wedge. So an ascending wedge to me should fall back down to this sort of region, 5,600, 5,700, perhaps even 6,000 before further upside momentum. I would do like to point out this sort of wick area right here, 1, 2, 3. The price has fulfilled the wick. It does look like it's forming a head and shoulders pattern. Left shoulder, head, perhaps the right shoulder, matching along with the wick before coming coming down, retesting this zone once more, and then to the upside bias. If we was to put another support just along this line right here, and get rid of this for now. So at the moment, looking at the 3-hour, we're seeing a running down channel, or perhaps even a bear flag. The price has currently breached it. So ideally, with the confluence of the trend lines, I am more than merry with a long position. Of me in at least this target right here. As we do see as intraday support here and here. So ideally this sort of region right here would be something, a potential target for me. If this does get breached, then this sort of area is what I'll be looking at for further potential target area. Looking on the 2-hour, the only thing I would be cautious is of fake breakouts. The price has hovered just between the trend line. The hovering trend lines, I do believe, when the price action does hover near the trend line, the price should follow the drop. We are seeing a small double bottom right here as well, just before the price did actually go to the upside. Here we have a lower high, lower high, another lower high, and now the price is gradually going up. Looking on the hourly, if we was to just adjust this just sweetly, here we do have a retest to this region. Potential further upside could be met. However, if we was to just put a resistance area just here, or support area for the downside bias, I'm more than merry. I'm more in the belief that the price will go to the upside simply of the double bottom and the lower high that's being created just here. The price actually hasn't sustained above this price action just around here. If we was to adjust this just around this region. So there could be a wick fishing and further downside, but yet again, my bias remains the same of an upside bias. Let's look at the 30 minutes. We're seeing quite a few rejections on this resistance area. We have an inverse head and shoulders, a retest to the support, double support, a strong momentum right here. So I'm more the mirror, yeah, definitely. I'm more in the belief that the price would continue going up, at least to fulfill the left side of this, just where the left shoulder has been created. Looking at UK 100 for now. Let me just get rid of the analysis for now. Move drawings, look at the monthly. No, monthly we can see a nice sort of trend line just above. We can sort of put it here, or you can put it here. It makes no difference whatsoever. We have a nice support just here, which has also matched perfectly along with this test just before in 2011 before further upside push. Let's look at the weekly. We can see on the weekly there is a strong momentum. Almost downfall has been fulfilled. You know, if we were to count the wicks as well, the price has actually annihilated the 16th of March weekly candle closure. We have seen another further push upside. It has pushed above the previous bear movement, but the price has sustained just exactly, well, I'd say 2/3 of the bear movement. However, looking at this week that just finished, we are seeing a massive bull candle that's just annihilated this and furthering up to the upside. Could potentially see another retest in this area just like this, or even back up. The current situation in UK right now with this corona is near enough or just surpassing 1,000 deaths a day. So it does not seem like the UK's economy is stabilizing. However, this is going up, so it makes no sense whatsoever to me. Sort of like the big short that happened, you know, the big market crash. So looking on the daily, we will put a trend line just here. Sort of wing, if we was to even add a Fibonacci retracement, it should be just 60. Yep, just below 60. Just short of 60. So the momentum of this, I don't believe there's too much of a confluence. However, because of the nature of UK 100 and the UK's economy state due to the corona, this should somehow reverse sometime soon. I'll put a resistance area just here where we have seen a price action close evenly. We have an upside here and on the downside we also see a nice price action close together here, as well as after doji, a bull momentum. We have a bull flag. Let me just highlight this. We have a bull flag just here. The price has broken out as it's touched the trend line. So potentially there is a further upside momentum. If we are to use a trend base extension, bring it there, back down. Potentially these sort of targets is where I'll be looking at. Just 127 and 161. Let's get rid of the extension for now. Look into the 4-hourly. 4-hourly looks ever so beautiful. We are seeing a retest just below this resistance area here. Created a double bottom just before as well. It's respecting this squeezed wedge. We have a retest right here. The price has continued up. So it's all the more likely that the price will continue higher up. We are seeing a doji closed on the 9th of April, which will be on a Friday, so the doji is indecisive matter. We could perhaps see a replication of, let me change the color for this. We'll change it to, let's change it to yellow. Let's change it to yellow, make it a bit visible. Could see this sort of price action just here. You know, they call it a morning star, I believe. The morning star, evening star. I don't really look into pattern formation in these haramis and, you know, candlesticks and names whatsoever. Everything is in front of you, so it's better to focus on the whole picture rather than the candle. The candle gives you an indication of where the market will move. So just having a look. Ideally, we could even see something like this right here as well. Just before where this is closed, the price is still pushed back upwards. Let's get rid of this. If we are to apply our trend line from here, from here to what we are currently seeing, it's all the more likely that the price will continue in a running up channel, or, you know, the price is squeezed, could potentially climb up, a few, you know, further to 127 extension, and then a downside to the trend line, or perhaps to the trend line bounce, or to the support bounced again before an upside momentum. Looking on the 2-hourly, we are seeing a swing right here. So if the price retest of this area continues to the upside, it is more likely that the price will continue. If it does respect these ascending, sorry, so this must have been a descending wedge line. If it does respect the ascending wedge, it's all the more likely that the price will continue up and then fall to the downside in a similar pattern of something like this, and then continue upwards. It is very important to keep it is important to keep all types of possibilities open. It is UK 100. It is a very volatile market. The value of the pip is expensive as well, so it's very crucial where the entry points are, how the market does react to key zone levels. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. Just looking on the 15-minute, as we can see, the price has breached this zone, gone up, retested this area. If we were to apply our Fibonacci retracement from this area to the top, we're seeing a 61.8 Fibonacci retracement. If we were to apply our extension zone from this area, Fibonacci trend extension to this, back down, we've already met our 127, so it could be a possibility that is a trend reversal coming soon, or 161 being met before the drop. It does appear that it is respecting the trend lines. So ideally, a bounce, we have seen 1, 2, 3, a third bounce off the trend line at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, before a massive upside momentum push, 61 Fibonacci to the upside. We're seeing a running down channel, breach once more. Looking on the 5-minute just to see what sort of entry points there could be possible. You know, we are seeing a small minor support on the 5 minutes. Ideally, if the push does breach the 5-minute support line, this sort of target area is where I'll be looking at. Although I wouldn't really enter from here. I'd wait for further confirmations if we do see a reversal pattern from the trend line, potentially 1875. It'll be very interesting to see how this one works out. We are seeing clearly. Let's adjust this ever so slightly. with a 5-minute time frame. 1, 2, prices breached, false breakout, support met once more. It has breached it once more. We could potentially identify another support just in this area. Very interesting to see that the price didn't actually breach this area but made a massive reversal. So the price could come once more time before the upside momentum. If this does get breached, I'll look for entry zones just above, just below the trend line. If there is any wick fishing, any low test before an upside momentum. That's what I have for this pair. So interesting to see how this one will play out. We are seeing a strong momentum on the daily, the weekly. So it makes it more possible that the price will continue to these targets 646. And that will be it for this video. I will be looking to post more videos in the meantime. Just being quite busy, you know, the corona's got everyone locked inside. Got a few other projects that I am working on.
Backlash written on me, card rubbing on a glass bowl. I've been balling, free my ladies in the counter now. I'm already out, already on